Alright, now that we're all comfy and cozy,
let's talk about Magic Kingdom and cry about the fact that we're not there anymore.
Yeah, we just came back last week. It's probably our last time going in a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
Yeah. We went in September, right? And we were like, let's go to all the parks because we're not going to be there for a while. And we did that, and then my mom was like, we're planning a family vacation with all the kids, and I'm paying for the flights and everything. So we're like, well, one last time. So we're going to talk a bit about that. We're going through Magic Kingdom, our time at Magic Kingdom, how the day went, what we did, what we're going to miss. And then we're going to talk about Epcot in the next episode because we forgot to pre-record something. And we usually record on Saturdays, though, and we left on Saturday morning, so we couldn't really do anything, and we didn't want to spend our vacation recording something.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's start off. What was the first thing we did?
We rope dropped. Got up early, got into the park. We did not stay at a resort, like a on-property resort, so unfortunately we didn't get that half hour of extra park time.
That we're used to, too.
I will say, we usually, even though we're, like, broke, we usually do, like, get property, like, we stay on property, but we'll do, like, the cheapest resorts, like Pop Century or All-Star Sports or something, just so we get the perks of staying on property.
It's not much.
But it's really not that much more expensive
than staying in Orlando.
Other resorts
and
or
you don't
hotels nearby.
Yeah, and you get transportation to there. You have to pay for parking, so it is a little bit.
The perks are definitely worth it. But since we stayed at the resort that his mom paid for, it was off property. So we got into the park at 9 and we rope dropped Tron.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know if I have a proper video of it because I took a video too late. But we're not used to doing the rope drop part of it. We always say, like, when we get there early, the early entry is what it's called. We always just say, oh, we're going to rope drop. That's just the thing that we say because growing up, that's what we always called it because we actually would rope drop something. So seeing a rope drop as an adult is just so funny because there's like maybe 4 or 5 people in front of us and you see all the people that are walking past to wherever and then, Disney announces, oh, the park is open. The rope drops, and then you see a bunch of just adults just running.
It's insane.
And I took my phone out, and I was trying to record it, because I'm like, this is hilarious to watch. And I've definitely been that adult before when we went to Epcot a few years ago, and we had to run across the park because the sky thing was down.
Skyliner.
So we had to run to Ratatouille because it just opened. And, oh my gosh, hearing the employees yell at adults for running is so funny.
Yes, and
there's no running in the park, friends.
My favorite is the dads with the strollers.
Yeah.
Who are running while pushing a stroller, and the park workers are like, "Hi, friends, no running." And the dad just zooms past them. It's so ridiculous. I'm like, wow, grown people running to get on a ride is just always going to be entertaining.
But it's worth it. Tron was good. I probably can't get much into it, but on the plane ride there, I was like, okay, I'm going to watch the new Tron movie because I want to see it in theaters. I'm a huge Tron fan. So I was like, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm going to download it, watch it on the plane. And I did really enjoy it. So then riding the ride, it was the same thing of like, this has nothing to do with the movies at all, but it's still such a good ride and such a good IP. So it's cool. What did we do right afterwards?
We got on that within, an hour? Probably?
Yeah, didn't we ride it twice?
We rode it twice, but right after that we did Space Mountain.
Yeah, and right after that I remember, my mom is so much like, you have to get pictures everywhere. Wherever you go, you need to get pictures. So annoying growing up that, like, we'd be late to something, so we had to stop and get a picture. So we were trying to be like, okay, well, let's be on top of this. Let's get pictures, because my mom would want that. And we were leaving Tron, and I saw a guy getting a picture in front of it, and he had his hands up like that. And I was like, oh, no way, they're doing the Tron pose. I want to get a picture doing that. So that was so cool, and they gave you the identity disc to hold. So I told her, I was like, okay, before we do Space Mountain, we got to get a picture for my mom, but also I want to do it.
We did Space Mountain, then we did Tron,
Oh.
then we did it.
Oh, yeah, that's
It
right.
was the second time we did Tron. But
Yeah.
so we got off Tron because your whole family was with us and everyone wanted to do Space Mountain.
Yeah.
So we went to Space Mountain. And
that was when we found out that we couldn't do the rider switch, so that's why we went back to Tron.
you can't have 2 rider switches set up at the same time. But I found out I don't know if I can really do Space Mountain anymore.
Uh-oh.
It's a very rough ride.
Yeah.
It's one of the older ones, not as smooth, jerks you around a little bit. And I got off and I was like, yeah, I'm definitely a little bit dizzy from that.
It's one of the best ones to do funny pictures on, though.
Yeah. We do have a really good picture on it with his sister's boyfriend. So it was a fun ride.
Yeah. Because that's right, because when we were going back to Tron is when I saw the pictures.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do that with the identity disc. Because that was one of the things I wanted to get as a souvenir was an identity disc. So I remember being like, I want to get a picture with that and then buy one afterwards. So we came back down from Tron. We took the picture. And they do that thing where they're like, okay, strike a pose or look in this direction and be surprised. And then later they add like the effects into it for like the Disney magic. And the picture, I'm like all excited, like having my hands up and I'm like smiling. And then like my tummy's hanging out on my shirt because my shirt's too small. And I didn't Photoshop the
disc for you. They did it for me though.
So
they had me do it.
I was so
and they
excited.
gave me the disc and not him.
I was so excited to do that, and it just made me look worse in the picture, and then I just looked stupid. I'm gonna have to put up pictures of it.
Our ride photos are really good too.
Yeah, we always do good ride photos. I think we're always like in line when you have that 2 hours waiting. You're like, what are we gonna do for the picture?
Yeah, so that took up like riding Tron and then Space Mountain and then Tron again. Probably took about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it was around
11:30
lunch when we went to Cosmic Rays.
Yeah, then we went to Cosmic Rays, which is, I mean, that's just you have to go to Cosmic Rays if you're at Magic Kingdom.
It's one of those things that it's a non-negotiable for me. In my list of things to do at Disney, I usually make a list of like what we can do in each place, like Tomorrowland, Frontierland, or whatever. We go through all of it, and I make little check boxes, and I put the things that I really want in like different colors and things that I'm okay with skipping. Cosmic Rays doesn't get a check box. It's just like Carousel Progress, Cosmic Rays. Those are the non-negotiable things I have to do, and I have to stay at Cosmic Rays until he does Space Angels, which is my thing. I always his loop is like 25 minutes or something, so you don't have to be there long for him to play it. But we couldn't go inside. All those things were full.
Everything. It was so packed in there because we went peak season, like it's spring break season.
Yeah.
The parks were
which we're not used to
packed.
at all.
We've never gone during peak
We usually
season.
go
We've always
during
gone during
dead season.
January or like right after school starts back up in September.
Yeah, but thankfully when we got our food, I was walking down the ramp and we were going outside, and I heard it. I don't know the exact timeline of his like songs, but I was like, I think Space Angels is playing soon. So we put the food down. I went inside, and it literally was just about to start up. So I stayed inside, and I was like an idiot, just like standing there, just like listening. And then the music was done. I walked out. I was like, people are probably like, what is this dude doing? He's just staring at an alien singing. And then, did we do Carousel Progress after that? Or we did that later? What did we do at? We went to... I bet I could look it up in my photos. We probably have. I mean, it looks like we did Carousel Progress right afterwards. Because we ate, and then John texted me and said that he's on Carousel Progress, right? Because that's...
Oh, that's right.
That's at 12 o'clock. We were on Carousel Progress.
Okay.
Yeah, I love the Carousel Progress.
So yeah, we did Carousel Progress.
Literally do a whole podcast episode about Carousel Progress.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to move you along.
I love the Carousel Progress so much. Let's see, and then it literally is like the clock from Carousel Progress. Sunny Eclipse. I love Sunny Eclipse. He's probably singing Space Angels. Yeah. And then we must have passed the 100 Acre Wood because there's you with Pooh.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
They were walking out while we were walking in.
Oh yeah, so we did.
And then we did
passed
Little Mermaid.
through all of that.
Yeah, to get to Little Mermaid. And then it started, when we got out of Little Mermaid, it was pouring down rain.
Pouring. So first day we were in Florida, we went to Disney Springs, and it was literally like a monsoon pouring rain at Disney Springs. Like, we were waiting, there was this huge group of people, and we were all waiting, standing in the garage, waiting for it to somewhat let up. And so eventually it didn't. And so eventually we're all like, okay, we're just gonna book it to, what was the first store we booked it to? It wasn't the big World of Disney. It was
like the smaller,
it's that like designer Disney store.
Yeah, and I was like, might as well just go straight to
So
World
we
of
went
Disney.
to that one, and I was like, do you guys have ponchos? And they were like, they're $13. And I was like, okay, let's just run to World of Disney. Like, let's just ignore that it's raining, whatever. So we ran to World of Disney, and I literally bought a rain jacket. Best investment. It was expensive because it was a Disney rain jacket. But I don't have a raincoat here anyway, so it was good, and I did use it at Magic Kingdom. Because we got out of Little Mermaid, and there's like, it's like covered until you're actually, like, you can walk out. And the park people were like, you need to keep moving, you all need to move out of here, like, people need to get off the ride, we need to keep this moving. And I was like, I have my rain jacket. So I put my rain jacket on, and we booked it to Gaston's.
Gaston, yeah, because I wanted the cinnamon roll.
Yes, we got the cinnamon roll and the
drink, that was weird.
LeFou's Fizz or something. I don't remember what it was. It was very good, though.
Something.
LeFou's Brew.
But it was funny because we walk in there, and my mom and my sister and her baby are in the corner. We're like, what are the odds? Like, all of Magic Kingdom, when we run into them, like, they're on there the same day, but after Space Mountain, we all broke up and went our separate ways. So it was just funny that, you know,
they happened to be hiding out in
they
Gaston.
just
Well, then
happened
we're
to be
sitting
there.
in there with them, and then we see the rest of the family walk by the window. And I was like, oh, hey, look who else is over here.
It was funny, too. What my sister said, she was like, oh, well, Lucy has my location. And we're like, no, honestly.
I was like, I didn't use your location. We were like, oh, that's the closest place. You want a cinnamon roll? Let's just go there. So that was really funny. When we left there, we walked over, because we were trying to kind of kill time, but also stay out of the rain. So I think, is that when we did Hall of Presidents?
Mm-hmm. Because we couldn't last time. Last time we went to, it was a special event time, so a lot of things were closed, and we got there early to see if we could do like Tiki Room and all that, and then we did Tiki Room, and they did the last show right before we got there, so we could not do Hall of President, which is
which
one of our
really
favorite
doesn't
things.
sound like a non-negotiable, but it kind of is to me, because I don't know why,
It's so
but the
emotional.
first time I saw it, I literally cried, which is so stupid. And it's like, it's not even like the current up-to-date stuff. It's when Abraham Lincoln stands up and gives the Gettysburg Address. Every time I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
It makes you feel so American.
And it
You're
goes
like sitting there
through
watching
like
it.
the history of America, and it's just cool. Like, it's a really cool, very well done show.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't get into politics. It just states what has happened, and it's very well done. And it's cool to see all the animatronics of the presidents, and like every time it says which one it's on, they're like
not.
they like do their little nod, and it's like, oh, that's sweet. Like, it gives this depiction that they all get along and that they're all friends, and I like that.
They all just sit in a room together and chill out.
Right? It just looks like, I love the ones that are super casual with their legs crossed and they're just looking around. It's just a very wholesome show, I guess.
It's one of the things that you explain to someone, and you're like, you kind of want to do it. You know, if you're
like,
there,
it sounds like
you have
silly.
time to kill, you should do Hall of Presidents.
But it's
a
worth
good
it.
show.
Yeah, for sure.
That's one of the things, like, as a kid, we never did those things. It was like, you do Space Mountain a few times, you do, you know, the bigger rides, and then, you know, you're done for the day. You did Splash Mountain, you did Space Mountain, you did all the mountains, and then we ate somewhere, and we were done. And then when my stepdad came into our family, he was like, oh, we should do Hall of Presidents and, like, some of the classic stuff, and that's where I fell in love with the Carousel of Progress. I would always ask him, like, what's the one with the animatronics? He's like, Hall of Presidents? I'm like, no, the other one, the good one.
Yeah.
So that's all the good. So what did we do after that?
So right after that, we did Country Bear.
Oh, yeah, which is another I was about to talk about.
Which has been updated.
And we didn't do it for a while. I think it got updated like 2 years ago.
We did it maybe on our honeymoon.
I think so.
We've done it once.
Yeah, because you've never done it. And I said, It's one of the things. It's like
I did it once
I'm
before.
I'm like a history Disney kind of person. Like I like to know a lot about Disney, and that's one of the only things that opened in Disney World before it opened in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like one of those really cool things that like Disney World has this and Disneyland doesn't, because Disneyland gets everything, but we're slowly getting like the Hatbox Ghost and stuff. So it's good. No other Disney has Carousel of Progress. That's a one of one.
But yeah, Country Bear Jamboree was
It was a good update. I'm a big like I don't like when they update things. When they update the Carousel of Progress, I'm like, please don't touch it. It's perfect how it is. Country Bear Jamboree was a good update.
It was very cute. I had one single issue with it.
Oh,
and I think it's because Coco is my favorite animated movie. It's so well done. I love that movie. And Remember Me is an iconic song. And I think they really could have done it like so well in Country Bear Jamboree. It was funny how they did it. I don't want to spoil anything. I've already spoiled that it's in there. It was really funny how they did it, but I'm like, oh, that's such a good song. Why would you use it as comedic relief? When everything else is like entertaining and funny, that doesn't have to be. So that was my only thing, but it was very well done. Like, it was super cute. I enjoyed that show a lot.
It was good. I have so many things at the Hall of Presidents. And we did Tiki Room right after, which is a classic.
Love the Tiki Room. And it always surprises me, especially this time because it was so packed. There were so many people in the room and so many little kids. It always surprises me that there aren't more like screams and cries after the thunder crack. Like, I feel like if I were a little kid and I heard like the big thunder crack, I'd be like, no. But like, I remember the first time I saw it, I was like, whoa. But like, kids don't even flinch at it. And that always surprises me.
All the kids are on their mom's phone like this.
Right. I don't know. That's just always shocked me.
Yeah, Tiki Room's another classic animatronic show that you have to do. If you've
So
been
fun.
to Magic Kingdom, we can give you a whole list of stuff that you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
And Tiki Room, Hall of Presidents, Carousel of Progress is on there. They're skippable for normal people, but you have to do it.
Then we went
The
to Pirates. Yeah, that was our first Lightning Lane. The whole family did it, which is great because we're all in the picture. You definitely have to show this picture because it's so funny. Yeah, obviously a classic, non-negotiable ride.
Yeah.
So good, so fun.
It's another one that
still am
they
not convinced
updated
it's
it.
not Johnny Depp.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that when they originally updated it to add like characters from the movie, it was a good update.
Yeah.
But I'm biased. Pirates of the Caribbean is my favorite movie. But still, and then afterwards, I went to use the bathroom, and Captain Jack was outside doing autographs or whatever, but we couldn't because they already shut off the line. But I got close to him and I was like, this seems like more of a cosplay than a Disney character meet and greet. Because, like, if I can pull up the video, I can critique, like, every aspect of the outfit. The boots are wrong, the hat was wrong, the wig was wrong, the pants are wrong, like, literally everything. I'm like, if you weren't such, like, a Pirates of the Caribbean freak like I am, you'd be like, Captain Jack Sparrow, that's cool. But I'm looking at, like, he's doing a good job. He was really great. But the outfit they gave him was awful. I'm like, was this the outfit they made before, like, the movie came out, and then they just, like, kept it for all these years, and it got, like, tattered or whatever? Like, it's just...
Yeah.
Not great.
We did not wait in line to meet him.
Yeah. I did want to still meet him. I'm looking at the video right now. There's some good, I guess there's, like, good aspects. The sash is good, the vest is good, the belts are good, but the rest is just, like,
After that, we got Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Which is always a good call.
Then we did Tiana, right?
No, that was later.
Oh, so that's what's next in my camera roll is Captain Tiana. What's in yours?
No, we had, because wasn't... Yeah, Tiana's was after, like, Haunted Mansion and all that.
Really? I don't see. Haunted Mansion's later for me. Maybe I just downloaded them later.
Yeah.
No, Haunted Mansion was after we went to the spoilers.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting to.
Tiana was before that. Tiana. And then we went to Peter Pan, and then these are taken just from my camera roll, so that's the order they're in. So we did Tiana.
Oh, that's right, because we had a Fast Pass.
We got a
We
fast
did the Fast Pass in line for Pirates for Tiana's, and we went right to it. That's right,
Yeah.
you're right. So yeah, we went straight to Tiana's after that and did the Bayou Adventure.
That one was a weird update one. It was like, there's nothing to do with the story at all. And I don't even know, I'm still confused on what the story is for that ride.
It was like trying to get you ready, like helping Tiana get ready for a party that she was cooking for, I think. But it was weird because I haven't seen the movie in a while, but I thought the movie was like, the whole point was she was working to be a chef.
She's like running her own restaurant.
In her own restaurant. But honestly, my biggest issue was how she was dressed for the whole ride. She looked like she was ready to be a skipper on Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
Like she was in like, I don't even know, like she just was in like a very like, what's the word? I guess skipper outfit. She didn't, like it would have made more sense if she were like, in each scene like getting ready, like she had different parts of her chef costume on, or
Yeah.
even something that made her look more like a restaurant owner. It was very strange.
It's just funny to me because it's like Pirates of the Caribbean doesn't really have a plot, but they added bits in there, so it's like, okay, there's some plot of like, oh, Jack Sparrow's never gonna find my map, and the next thing you know, it's like now, the place is burnt down, then Jack Sparrow finds a treasure. It's like a very like subtle thing, but it doesn't originally have a big story. When nowadays, like every ride has some story aspect to it
that follows the movie.
Yeah, or it's like a
loosely.
recap, or it's a recap of the thing. Like I always said, like Peter Pan is just like a recap of the story. Little Mermaid's a recap of the story. Tiana's Bayou Adventure was just like, all right, here's Tiana on the side of this ride. It's like it wasn't.
It was just kind of weirdly done, and I feel like that's a strange movie to put in there. Like I guess they're like going down the river throughout the movie, but I don't know. It just felt. Parts of it just felt like, okay, they could have spent more time on it, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a really good movie to have there. It's just more time in, like,
it's
detail had to go into it.
It makes me not want to ride it ever again.
Yeah, it just needed more detail, because it is a really great, like, the actual ride is
like
super
you get a
fun.
lot more wet now, too.
I did feel like there was a lot more
It wasn't
water.
even like, before it was like you'd go down like the big hill or whatever, and there'd be like,
the big splash,
and you would get wet just from like someone else going down the hill while you're on your way up. And now it's like you just get wet from the splash back. And like you go down a small hill, then the water goes up on the walls and then comes straight back into your ride vehicle.
Well, that also could have been because it was pouring.
Oh, that's
Maybe
true.
more
There's
water
more
was
water in there.
I didn't even think about that because it had been pouring really badly. So I wonder if there was just more water in rotation too.
Maybe.
So like when we sat down at certain parts, the water would come up.
But we did Peter Pan, and Peter Pan's always a fun one. It's one of the ones that you're like, you see the 4-hour wait line, you're like, we can skip it this time. Because it's not, it's a classic ride, but when it's 4 hours for a wait, it's like...
We only rode it because we had the lightning lane.
Yeah, and it's a good ride. I liked, what was his name, Robert? When like they always do like the pixie dust, and they like snap their fingers and the thing comes down. And Logan said it like, it was so sarcastic, you're like, thank you so much, Robert.
I wasn't trying to be sarcastic. I like saying people's names because I feel like it's like it's a kind, like I'm
respect
paying attention and like noticing like you're a human being, and so I was like, thank you so much, Robert. But he was like, that was so sarcastic, and I was like, it wasn't supposed to be.
Thank you so much, Robert. Do I have it on video? Hold on.
Oh, I hope not.
That'd be so funny.
It does sound so rude.
Thank you so much, Robert.
That was the opposite intention. Okay, I hate the sound of my voice.
And then, after Peter Pan, we went to Beak and Barrel.
Beak and Barrel.
That was one of the things that...
You get 45 minutes.
Yeah, we...
2 drinks max per person.
When I heard that it was opening up, we love Trader Sam's. I mean... Our receipts are in the other room with all the mugs that we've collected.
Trader Sam's fans.
So when I heard about Beacon Barrel, I was like, yes, we're going there. But I don't think it was open when we went in September, or it was just like
I think it was
had like
annual,
a soft opening. Yeah. It's like pass holders or something.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, well, we'll go another time or whatever. When my mom announced that we were doing a family vacation and the dates were finalized, I looked up to reserve it, and the week that we were going was the first week there was availability. So I was like, I don't care. I was like, this is going to mark the day we go to Magic Kingdom on whatever day. So I think it was like 6 o'clock on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, okay, Magic Kingdom Day will be Monday because that's when we had this reservation. Oh my gosh, was that such a cool experience. I wish it was more like Trader Sam's.
I think because it's so, like, you have to reserve a time and stuff, and it's so new.
So exclusive.
It's extremely popular.
Yeah.
So and like, the thing with Trader Sam's is usually by the time we get there, it's at the time where, like, kids can't come in. So it's a very different experience with, like, little kids in there. It's much brighter in there, which kind of makes it a different vibe. Trader Sam's is super dark, and, like, all the magic is, like, the bright stuff. This place, it was very light, so you could see, like, their cash registers everywhere and stuff. And so it was, like, a little bit less magical, but still themed.
I think I tried not to spoil anything. I remember seeing things for, like, there's references to stuff on the walls and stuff, and we couldn't really walk around and see those references, which kind of sucked. Because I'm the kind of person, I would be able to look at the wall and be like, okay, well, that's a reference to the third movie of Pirates.
Yeah.
This is like, when I went to pay, the cast member kind of showed me a little bit on the wall and what her theories were of what they're from and stuff. But I liked that it was different than Trader Sam's. It wasn't just a pirate-themed Trader Sam's. It was different. We had, what was the parrot's name that would come out, the animatronic?
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
I forget. But there was, like, still theme stuff. Like, every once in a while something would happen and the cast member would have to, like, do something silly.
Yeah.
So it was very much, it was another Trader Sam's, but it was done differently, which was cool. And the drinks were all so good.
I think the hardest part was because they tell you have 4 to 5 minutes, you feel like you have to rush.
Yeah.
And, like, it takes the waitress, like, 8 minutes to even get to you for the first time and take your first order. So it's like, I think you're just so cognizant of the fact that you have to be out within that time frame, so then you're not necessarily sitting back and enjoying everything.
Yeah.
So I think that was hard because they will have someone after 45 minutes come in and say, okay, it's time for your party to get up and leave. So that...
And who knows if that's probably not going to be a permanent thing.
And I, like, totally get why they're doing that. Otherwise
we would have been able to get a reservation
in there. Yeah. But it is, like, I think that does right now kind of take away from...
Yeah, the experience a little bit more.
Yeah.
It was great, though. It was cool that, because, like we said, we're probably not going back for a while. And if we do go back, we might not have time to reserve it. So it was like, this is probably the only time we're ever going here. And going with 4 people, we could each get 2 drinks and try them all, basically. So
that was pretty much most of the menu.
Yeah,
because it's not a very big drink menu.
I literally got to try every single drink that was, that they offered. And then the food, we got to try a bunch of the different kinds of food, which were so good, too.
Yeah.
I don't know, it was such a great experience. The mug is super cool. I'm really glad that I was able to get that mug, because I love collecting mugs. It's in our case right now, which, if I remember, I'll take a video of that and show it now. Last time I said that I did not add that in there. I forgot. I uploaded the video and I was like, shoot. I forgot. I had a picture of my posters or something on my wall. And I was like, I forgot to do that, whatever. So if I remember now, I mean, I have to do so much stuff in post for this episode anyway that it'll be fine.
But then we walked out of Beacon Barrel and headed straight to Haunted Mansion, because that was our next lightning lane. That was a blast.
Good, yeah.
I love Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion's so good. And now that we have the Hatbox Ghost, it's really cool. It's he's in the wrong spot. But I'll take it. It's so cool turning that corner and seeing him, because it was something that, like, I remember watching videos on the Hatbox Ghost in, like, middle school, high school, when I was super into Disney, and been like, whatever happened to this guy, and hearing the theories about it, and then Disneyland got it, and it was like this big hyped up thing, and Disneyland got the Hatbox Ghost. I'm like, man, Disneyland gets everything. And then, a year or two ago, we get the Hatbox Ghost, so it's so cool to see him.
Yeah. Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean are probably my two favorite themed,
Yeah.
fully themed, you go slowly through it rides,
Yeah, like a little boat ride.
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah, so fun. I love Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, but our Haunted Mansion also, you could not see it. It was under construction or something.
Yeah, so that was a bit of a bummer. Then we walked around a little bit. We got a turkey leg.
Yeah, I literally was just looking at you eating the turkey leg.
It was not enjoyable. I did not like it.
Good, and we sat down for a bit. That's funny.
Sorry. Okay.
Look at all the pictures.
But yeah, we did get a turkey leg.
And we did
Little Mermaid again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did we do it another time?
Because we had a second.
Oh, we had a lightning lane.
We had a lightning lane. Nothing else was open, so
yeah.
we're like, all right, let's just do Little Mermaid again, even though there's never a line for it that's long. But
yeah.
So we did that a second time.
And then we waited for Snow White or the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Cause that one's usually a long line, but it was only like an hour when we went, right?
Yeah, it was about
an hour. It wasn't too bad, and because we were gonna do Winnie the Pooh, but it shut down.
Mhm.
Didn't it?
Yes, we got in line.
Going into line, and there was like shut down, so
I was like,
we didn't spend any time in line. We walked up, and they were like, "There was a honey spill." So we're like, "All right, let's do Seven Dwarfs," because we had one more thing we were doing, and we're like, well, in an hour or two, it will be time.
I don't remember.
We probably
so
should plan more for this episode.
We did Seven Dwarfs. What's this a video of? Oh, and then we did People Mover. Oh, yes, Seven Dwarfs, which is always a good ride.
So I can see you with the honey.
Seven Dwarfs is so smooth. That's the best part about it. It's such a smooth ride. And then we did Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh.
Then we did People Mover.
The People Mover is another one but I feel like recently, because of TikTok and stuff, some of the Disney stuff that wasn't very well known is now becoming more of like a fan thing. Because I remember being in high school and my stepdad and I would just ride the People Mover over and over again.
Now there's always a line.
And there's always a line that's like super, super long, which is just crazy. I don't know where that came from. Like, at least Jungle Cruise used to be like that. Jungle Cruise used to be a 15-minute wait. And then the movie came out, and then it was like, you're waiting 3 hours for that ride. I'm like, this is not worth 3 hours. I mean, the skippers do such a great job. It's funny, but it's one of those ones that, like, you do once a year, or whatever.
We got right on People Mover because we did it during fireworks. Right at the beginning of the fireworks show.
It's a good time.
We got off of that, met up with his mom and sister, and we did
Laugh Floor.
Laugh Floor. That was the last thing we did.
Yeah.
And then we just walked around.
Then I took a picture in front of the Carousel of Progress because we didn't do that during the daylight. I love the Carousel of Progress. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we just walked around a little bit. And then went back home.
Yeah. That was our day at Magic Kingdom.
Such a fun day.
Look at that. We're at 30 minutes too, so we can stop this video here and talk about Epcot. So next episode is our day at Epcot.
Which is probably going to be a much longer episode.
It might be a two-parter.
There's a bit of complaining with that one too.
Oh yeah,
it's my favorite park, so.
We can get into that.